Good morning, everybody. It is Saturday, March 1st, and today we're going to be doing some more EverQuest Next Landmark. And just a little bit of business before I get going. I've uploaded a lot of new content to YouTube. So if you've missed some streams, of course you can watch them here on Twitch, but if you prefer YouTube, you can do that too. And I also did the claim tour for the Modern House number 2. So if you joined me after I had already wiped that out, then you can go back and see that. Alright, so last time we were just getting started with building Modern House number 3. Shoot! And I keep talking about, like, the idea of this place is going to be having an angled roof, which I keep making this more and more complicated. So if I ever finish it, I think it'll look pretty cool, but so far it's looking a little, you know, got some work to do. So, but as you can probably tell, if I can ever just stop falling off my little platform, did some stuff in here. This is going to be a dining room. And I've angled the ceiling over here just to, you know, just to add some character. And got the fireplace. And I've just been working on kind of fleshing out some ideas. I've got the baseline for the roof. And I just did that with the line tool. And thankfully, it covered the entire distance. Sometimes the line tool gets a little funky if you try to use it over a large space. But it worked, so I went from that'll be the kitchen wall all the way over here. Now, I'm not going to work a whole lot on the roof today, but I think, because what I've found is in order to really do the roof, hey, Razor Sharp, to really do the roof, I kind of need to have an exact idea of how much clearance I need, especially on the second floor up here. Because I started working on it and then I realized, oh, you know, like it's like this line here, if this is the roof line, this is just enough space just right here, but if of course, any lower than that, and in fact, the roof line was where it was, and I had to lower the second floor a bit just because there just was not enough headspace. So I figure I'm going to work a little bit more on especially on the second floor, to really get an idea of, okay, how much clearance do we need, because it would be a lot easier to do it that way than to put in the roof and then find, like, oh shoot, now I have to lower everything because there's not enough room. Okay. Good to hear it, Razor Sharp. Yeah, I mean, I broadcast at 7:20, so hopefully people aren't getting lag from that, but I think I'm good in terms of game settings and stuff. That was a real struggle for me when I started, but I think we're good. And over my little break yesterday, I went ahead and reformatted, so now Windows is on the SSD as well. So nice. Boot in like 8 seconds. It's amazing. Okay, so also this used to be squared off rather, and it's not anymore, as you can tell. Basically, I really liked the idea, like, the square's cool, and if this doesn't work out, I'll just go back to the squared off, but I thought this looked really cool, especially not here. It just adds more shape, more dimension, more interest, kind of helps the flow, because if you're going from, you know, if you're coming up these stairs here, I just think it's nice to have that little bit of flow, because otherwise I think this would have been a little bit of dead space. And then I'm probably going to use the same kind of technique I did for the curved facade of my last house, which is basically lots and lots of line tool in short chunks. I haven't tried a curve before as severe as this one, as sharp as this one. We'll see. Yeah, SSDs are amazing, aren't they? Like, it's the first time I ever had one, and it's just crazy. So, yeah. Alright, so I started hollowing out an area here because I think I'm going to put the bedroom, or a bedroom, back in here. Now, this space right here, that's the dining room, so I can't really go to the right until, well, probably not at all. So I think I can commit to having this be stucco. In fact, probably gonna hollow this out a bit. That'll work. I was thinking of actually doing an arch here. I've put in the obsidian for now as sort of a placeholder, but I think an arch might be nice. Maybe I'll do that. That's funky. Oh, my ceiling isn't like, it's not complete. Oh, for anyone who missed it, I'm gonna go ahead and put, they uploaded the official live stream to, get a nicer link than that. They uploaded the official live stream to YouTube. So if you missed it, you can go watch it. Good morning, Rama. Good morning, Shikaka. Good to see you guys. Shoot. There we go. Can't stay today, but wanted to drop by. Thank you. Glad you came. Yeah, today's going to be an awesome day if I can get stuff working right. One of my awesome followers, Morthrax, very generously gave me a key for the Elder Scrolls Online beta this weekend. So I've got the client. I haven't actually booted into, or I haven't loaded it up yet. So I don't know, but if I can, if it's not too crazy for my poor little machine, I'm gonna see if I can stream it. So we'll see. I don't know if I'll be able to handle it, because like I said, I haven't even been into the game yet. But if I can, that'd be pretty cool, I think. Now, I think for the front door, I'm thinking maybe actually have some steps up here and have the entrance be up here. It's going to be tougher this time around just because I don't have any sort of like really natural places to put the front door. We'll see. Maybe about here. And actually, I think I want to do it with an arch, so let's go ahead and make one. Which I very foolishly forgot to template last time around, so I'm gonna make a new one. Arches were one of the things that they went over how to build on the live stream, the official live stream, this past Wednesday. So if you missed it, I put the link in chat. It'd definitely be a fun thing to go back and take a look at. Actually, I'm gonna go ahead and make it higher this time. With the arches, I don't know if this is actually like a real thing or if it just seems to work better, but I found that if I make the arches so that it is it's in the rotation that it is going to be in the house, it has a lower likelihood of getting screwed up with the so when you rotate stuff from copying and pasting, sometimes it gets more jaggy and stuff. and I've found it has a lower likelihood to do that when I use when I go ahead and do it in the same angle that I'm going to. I need to be a little bit less far forward. Actually. A little bit tricky in terms of positioning it, but I'll be right. Okay. Also, I found I really prefer the result when I only take a single section rather than if I like, okay, well when I'm going to have a double wide arch anyway, but it's still, I found nicer to just take a single slice and then just double it. Remember, yeah, Razor Sharp, I remember you. And you were saying you had lag. Can't tell if that's forward of it. It is. Oh, because it's a double line. Fine. Go ahead and clear it out properly, I guess. Sometimes you can shortcut because when you paste stuff, it does go ahead and put in the empty space as well. Sometimes that's annoying, sometimes it's awesome. So, I like that. Nice and smooth, see? Well, it looks like the other side might have some slight jagginess. And if it does, then I'll go ahead and recopy. Oh yeah, Razor Sharp, what happened? Alright, so... Whoop, not far enough on this other side. Four voxels and 4 voxels, nice. Oh my, what is this? Is this better? That looks better. Just out of curiosity, could I frame the arch in obsidian? Yeah, sure, I could. Now, they'd be a little more difficult, and here's the reason. The curve, so when you paint, I could go like, okay, like this part would be easy enough. Like I could be like, okay, I could paint this, you know, the outside. Of course, it's not gonna want to do that, so I'll just do it this way. I could do that just fine, but with the paint tool, which has disappeared on me, with the paint tool, I would need to like go through and it'd be all jaggy. So in order to get the arch in obsidian, I need to come back to my template. I wonder if this would work. So if I did the arch in obsidian, can you, first of all, ooh, okay, actually, I can paint like this. Forgot you can do sphere tool with, so this probably wouldn't work as well. Maybe? Yeah. Well, that's kind of lame. Why would it? it'd be harder. So it's probably possible, but what you probably have to do is manipulate the templates so that you've got, like, maybe I did a larger cutout of, so I'm trying to think of how you can do it. And for some reason this isn't wanting to go on the grid. But between this one and this one, you probably could. I don't know, because the next step up of the sphere tool is so much bigger. See, from there to there. Yeah, I don't know. I'm thinking if you at least from the smaller size, if you just like cut it out, filled it in with obsidian, and then did the cutout from obsidian, maybe? It'd definitely be harder if you just wanted the frame. Like, it would be easy enough to just go like, okay, you know, the whole thing painted in obsidian, that wouldn't be that bad. That'd be pretty easy. But I'll have to play with that. I'll have to see if I can do that. I don't know if I want to do that right now, but I'll have to play with it, because that'd be kind of cool. Especially if it's like, you know, 'cause it would be kind of hard. Like, I know if I saw someone like do that, I'd be like, how the hell did you do that? So, okay. So what I'm thinking is this will go up. This is going to be, try painting, yeah, but, yeah. So, with painting though, you're still going to get, even with the sphere, it still approximates by the block. So, I don't know. So I think what you'd have to do is make a big circle, or the big block out of stucco, and then a slightly smaller thing out of obsidian, slightly smaller circle out of obsidian, and then take your chunk out. Hey, cool night. So this is going to be interesting. It's going to be hard because, of course, the farther I go, it's still going to keep. I think what I'm going to do is go up, up, and then eventually the door will spit out probably about here. I think that's what I'm going to go for. Otherwise, this is going to be pretty. I guess I could do it here. Because this might be asking for trouble. I could do the door right here. Maybe. I wasn't really planning on that, but, you know, having it on the facade. I don't know. That'll be my backup. That'll be my backup if I can't get this to work. Yeah, you could paint with this with the square tool, but it's gonna be the same thing. You're gonna still get jaggies, right? So now, I mean, you could potentially make like a design out of it, where it looks intentional. Like, I don't know, like kind of have one of those like I always see this in like Spanish architecture. You know, where I want to say there was a cathedral in Spain somewhere that has this everywhere, where they have like the alternating black and white. It wasn't orange. It was like I don't know. I always think of that cathedral when I see that kind of thing. Okay. Let's see what you did. Cold night. Oh, that's really cool. What are those chains made out of? That's really neat. He's got like, looks like maybe iron chains, like dangling from his bliss. big ones. It's really cool. Why is that grabbing? Oh, that would be why. There we go. So I'm thinking over, and it'll be going up. I'm gonna need to grab stairs for that. So yeah, it's iron. Cool. I'm trying to think of obsidian stairs. I think it might be a bit much. I don't know. What, maybe? Iron. Probably starting here. I'm going to start putting in the stairs somewhat prematurely just because I want to get a feel for how high I can get in what kind of space. So let me do. First step I think is going to be... No, it's not. How do you think of, so Cold Night saying you found a way, or thought of a way to do the arch? What'd you think? Because the only way I can think of would be like in the template making a sphere within a sphere and then cutting that out. But that presents problems on its own. Actually, I think this arch maybe should be higher. I don't know, because the roof is only... So this is going to be roof level-ish. I guess right here I could just make like a bump out anyway since the fin is here. So I would do a big circle, cut one slice, cut out a circle from the bottom. Yeah, I don't know, it's tricky, huh? Yeah, this arch probably needs to go up, which may very well cause problems, but we're gonna try it. Welcome back, Razor Sharp. Yeah, I mean, like, I keep thinking in my head, like, God, termites. Like, I just have this instinct, like, don't put it into the mountain, you're gonna get termites. Whatever. Maybe do a landing on this level. Or, like, one up. I don't know. Oh, that's stucco. Actually, maybe stucco. Yeah, never mind. Stucco's cool. I have a feeling this place is gonna look like crap for several days until like it just starts to come together. I will get termites. I know. I know. I'm gonna become the scourge of friggin' EverQuest Next Landmark. You're the one who made him put in termites. I hate you. What were you thinking? Or you can delete your own floor. Yeah, this'll work. Okay, this'll work. Hopefully. But for the wrong reasons! Famous for the wrong reasons. Oh my god, so hated. It's like the Doge, you know. Many termites, much hate. Wow. The nice thing about having it come out a little bit is that this will give me some opportunity. I could do something really cool here. Is that obsidian I'm using for framing? Yes, it is. Well, yeah, mostly. This is obsidian. Anything that you see that's like shiny black, that's obsidian. I'm using dull iron, dull metal iron for the steps. And just, well, yeah, mostly steps for now. I'll probably use it for some other stuff later, but. Yeah, sure. I'm so excited about this coming week, though. About all the stuff they're putting in. God, it's gonna be so cool. I did see, guys, I did see a thread on the forum. I saw several threads on the forums, actually, about metal. Last time when we were starting out this place, I was talking about marble. There is, I know, at least one major thread. It's in the, do I have it already open? No, I don't. It was in the, like, general alpha gameplay, I think. So if you guys, if you're disliking the fact that they took out a whole bunch of, well, they took out all the original marble textures, and then the ones they put in, don't get me wrong, I like the ones they put in, but they're all just different patterns of the exact same tone. Like the base color is exactly the same for all of these. And in fact, the marble roof tile and the small marble brick look darn near identical. Rough marble and polish look darn near identical. And since it seems to me that, well, they've already got the, oops, that's not the right level. They've already got the game assets in. You know, it was in the game before. So, and basically it's just a forum post that's basically requesting that they put back the old ones in addition to the new ones, that we just have more choices. So, anyway, the more people who post in it, they've already shown, like with the pulverizer design, they've already shown, like they're very responsive to when a lot of people kind of say the same thing. They're super responsive to that, so I think if enough people post in that thread, or others like it, but probably the same thread, just because you know, it shows more unified, you know, more unified consensus that we all kind of are saying the same thing. And the resolution for the small bricks is horrible. It's horrible. It's the small bricks aren't small. That's what it is. It's the small bricks just aren't that small, which I think may be sort of a different battle But you know, if they're going after it, maybe it would be easier for them to deal with that all at once. I don't know. Why does that look? Oh, I was like, oh, okay. We're like floating away from the wall. That's cool. That's neat. Yeah, I mean, it's alpha. I mean, that's just it goes with the territory, you know. But they, like I said, they've shown that they're super responsive when people all kind of agree and tell them what they want. They pretty much seem to be doing it. So I mean, like, it's definitely worth posting in the thread if you haven't already. Anyway, so I was talking earlier about like one of my viewers, Morphax, gave me a beta key for the Elder Scrolls Online beta this weekend. So if my computer can handle it, because I haven't even loaded up the game yet, so I don't know how intense it is in terms of graphics, but if my computer can handle it, I'll probably stream that. And then I know for sure tonight that my EVE Online FC is going to be around, so I think we'll be doing some EVE later as well. So lots of stuff, hopefully, unless something goes wrong. Hopefully lots of stuff coming today. Thinking... Cold Night says they just saw someone named Schrodinger's cat building a box. It's pretty funny. So... yeah, I've already got the client downloaded. I made sure that was going last night. So I've already got it. It's up to date. It's all ready to go. I just haven't loaded into the game yet, so I don't. And I've been particularly bad. I haven't really been following the development of that game, so I really don't know how it's going to be in terms of like graphics and stuff. How taxing it'll be for my poor little computer. So hopefully I'll be able to stream that. If not, I'm gonna play it anyway, and I'll just have to report back how it went. Ceiling for this area is gonna be a little difficult, I think. One problem at a time, though. Just want to smooth out the other side of this arch. Get all rumbled. Yeah, this house I haven't been able, I can't tell yet if I think it'll be really, really awesome because everything works, or it's gonna look like crap because I couldn't get stuff to work. So yeah, this house, I don't know, we'll see. Hopefully it looks good at the end. I want to measure how wide these stairs are and then make sure they match. So those are 12 by 12. That's lucky. Nice. So I probably need like no, that'll probably do it. I'll probably just clear out all this mountain, which kind of sucks, but. I'll do it like this level right here. Nice. So I guess the ESO beta is looking pretty good. Sweet. Yeah, I just haven't been following it very much, which is sort of silly of me, because I know it's sort of been a much anticipated game. I didn't really end up playing a lot of Skyrim just because I tend to prefer multiplayer games, because I've kind of made some really good friends in various games, and prefer it when I can do stuff that I can do with them. But okay, so I think that's the, yeah, maybe, possibly. So this is going to be really tall. I think the ceiling for this is going to be quite tall, but I think it's okay. I don't think it's going to mess too much with the general look of the house, just because this fin is here and it's going to kind of block it. So, kind of convenient. And in fact, I've kind of thought of, with this part, just basically bringing over some part of the ceiling level, just to ease some headroom issues with this roof line going here. Let's see. Oh, I need to finish stuccoing. But apparently I didn't delete all the dirt there. So this is going to be fun. Fun fixing this out. Yeah, sure, I'll give you a view of what it's looking like. If I can hopefully not fail grapple. There we go. So here's, and just ignore this, that's for my arch, which I should template. So this is what it's looking like so far. Main reason I'm holding off on the roof, I know I like this roof line, but I'm holding off just because I don't know if I'm going to run into headspace issues over in this like sort of second floor area. I don't know if that's going to be a problem. So also, I think what I'm going to do is actually have the roof angled down this way as it reaches towards the mountain. So that's going to be it's going to be hard because the line tool doesn't like. We'll see how it plays with itself really. You know, just because it'll be coming from the single point and then fanning out, which is going to be tough. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. The idea, though, is that this front living space is going to be very, very tall through here. It'll have this reaching out here, down, and very multi-level, very lots of different shapes is the idea. We'll see. It's one of those things where, like I said, if it works, if I can get it working, it's gonna look awesome. I'm just so excited about the potential of it. But it's gonna be hard. It's because of just all the line tool. Thanks, guys. Thanks, Demagogue. I don't think I've seen you before. Are you new? And for anyone who is new, if you're enjoying the stream so far, hit the follow button, just so that you get notified when I go live and you can check out my streams. So, oh, also, I've started up, well, I already had a Twitter account, but I never used it. And so I'm actually using it now. And basically it just puts out a message when I go live. And also I try to tweet like half an hour before I get started, just as sort of a reminder. So if that's convenient for you, just follow me on Twitter, and that way you get notified when I'm about to go live. Good morning, Morthrax. How are you today? Tell you what, one thing that I wasn't particularly like into at first, you know, not that I disliked it or anything, just more of I just hadn't really thought about it, I guess, was the old growth forest. When they first talked about it, I was like, oh, okay, there's some forest, whatever. The more I see of that, and the more I the more I see of that, the more I'm just like, I might want to like pick up and move my claim and just to get in on the old growth forest action. It's looking pretty cool. My main reason for not doing that, I guess it depends on how they implement the new biomes. If they are going to only like do them on new islands, which is kind of the impression I got before. So yeah, if they're only going to do them on new islands, or if they're going to also implement them on old ones. Because I'm very close to a couple of my friends right here, and it'd be kind of a shame if I had to move to get in on the old forest action, old growth forest. God, it reminds me of organic curve extrusion, that name. Let's not make this sound totally complicated. Actually, I think I want this double wide, because now we're in the exterior, and that's the way it should be, to be proper. I was trying to figure out, because last time I was streaming, I think it was Cold Night, who was just like, you know, have you seen the launcher? Like, because this kind of looks like you. And it totally is. It is totally me, which I'm still sort of like, that's so funny, you know, like, because that's not a picture. I didn't have that picture anywhere. So they just got that from the stream. I think they screen capped it. But it's actually from my old channel. I had a different channel, which I only put like 2 things on. I wasn't actually streaming like properly. And then I moved it over here just because it was era_EQNL, and I didn't want to just only be able to do EQNL. And so I don't know if they've actually seen this one. Because that's before I moved the computer as well. The archway looks neat, but I don't know if it fits. Yeah, I'm playing with it. I'm seeing if I can mix curves and the straight lines. Stuff like this, like where I want to be able to mix them, and if it doesn't work out, then I'll make this squared out again, but I'm going to do this with the line tool, much like I did the curved facade on my previous house, which if you haven't seen that, I have the house tour now on YouTube. The link is below on my channel page. I've got a link directly to the video. It's like 5 minutes long, 6 minutes long, or something like that. But basically where you use short chunks of line tool. And I think it'll be really cool to have sort of the mix of angles and curves, just to soften it up a little bit so it's not all like super straight. Alright. Hang on one sec, guys. Sorry about that. But yeah, I don't know. We'll see. Because I thought about putting the same arch right here. I just kind of put this obsidian in as sort of a placeholder. I don't know. Play with it. I don't know. I fully expect a lot of this to change a whole heck of a lot as I go. So. And this is definitely going to be a spot for some sort of art. I don't know. Something's going to have to go there because otherwise it's going to be just a huge void. And actually I want to go ahead and make this double thick as well. Just in case I want to do some stuff with exterior textures. This guy too. Actually, that needs to go all the way back. Want to raise it again? I don't know. Kind of feel like this needs to be higher. We'll see. Go ahead and try it. Oops. Sure. That looks funny with that notch. Fix that. We'll see. I don't know. I'm not married to it yet. We'll see. I think this will end up having an exterior retainer wall much like last time around, except I'll try to do something different with the space this time just for the sake of variety, but I think it's just kind of the nature of this hillside that I'm working with, and I'm going to need to do this kind of thing. Oh hey, Vengeance! Good to see you're visiting. I do think I'm gonna get rid of this though, because I can just template the arch itself. And it's in the way. The one part I was trying to delete and I didn't even hit it. Come here. Not yet. This also needs to be double thick. Just gonna create a little bit of a strange thing through here, but if they implement now, water's not gonna. I should probably just give up on this idea because they're not gonna be implementing water for a while. But it would be pretty cool if I could have like some sort of water feature right here. That'd be pretty neat. But I don't think I should expect that to happen before I'm done with this place. Yeah, okay. For now, it'll work. I think that's about the size of the door-ish, maybe, kind of. Yeah, I did try the beta key. I haven't actually like logged in yet, but I think it worked. I think it worked, Morthrax. Thank you for that, by the way. That was very nice of you. And just for the sake... There we go. Okay, so I think... kind of want to do this as a guideline. Now this isn't going to stay like this just because it'll this is going to be formed by the line tool. Sure. I just want a guideline. Thank you, Vengeance! I've been wanting a gold axe since forever! Well, I have a gold axe, but a blue one. Thank you, buddy! Are you talking to me? Oh, nope. Nope. There we go. So I just want a guideline just sort of for the height because this is going to be solid over here. And then I think I will basically interrupt the roof line with this fin. Just to make it, just for headspace. Yeah. You talking to me? Yeah, actually I'm gonna go ahead and put it there just cause. So this will be kind of like that. And maybe not with the full height of the fin. Maybe like... maybe like that? Better keep it for myself. That's funny. Oh, lag. Seriously, dude? Holy crap, dude. Thanks! I think you're watching. I think I saw you in chat. You are awesome, buddy. I wish I had something I could give you, but I don't. So this is gonna be, I'll probably actually rim that maybe. Well, no, I shouldn't bother. Thanks, Vengeance. I think I saw you in chat earlier, so hope you can hear me. Okay. Yeah, I think I like the idea of basically taking the entire space of the fin, and that way this floor has more headspace. Because by the time it gets to this side, we're good. It's just like right here where it could be a problem with this line here. And though I've already tested it, like there wouldn't be any physical head bumping, but I think it would feel like it. So, like, you know, just I think it would be sort of this the claustrophobia kind of thing, you know. So actually, so I went to this line here, yeah. What did I do? Okay, so I did it on the outside so that the ins. Okay, cool. So I'll do that. The same over here. Do I want to do that? I don't know if I want to do that. I want to. No, I don't. I want it continuous with this, I think. Like that. Which means I'll have to change the other side to be like that too, but that's okay. That way, this area has a roomier feel to it, I think. I think that'll be nice. And then just for the sake of... Actually, let me do this real quick. Then I think I'll do stone across the top. Maybe not. Maybe on the outside I'll do stone and then on the inside stuck up. That might be a better combo. Yeah, let's do this. Let's do, so if this is stone, then this side can get deleted. Ah. Come on. There we go. Nope. Too far, buddy. Actually, I think that'll be okay. Yeah. So... this all needs some... This needs attention. Maybe not right now. That feels like a pretty good ceiling height, and I'll go ahead and drop this one lower. Actually, this is going to be difficult. No. Like that. Yeah. Yeah, I think so. Maybe I'll make these columns so that you can only see them on the outside. That seems like a better fit. Yeah, and so this will need to be one. Yeah, I think this coming week is going to be like Christmas for a lot of players, including myself. Ooh, no, Obsidian is not what I had in mind. Not what I intended here. I think it's going to be like Christmas because it's going to be like cooperative building, which I'm really excited about. It's going to have the old growth forest and the tundra. Again, really excited about that. It's going to have, I think, bookcases. They've already got the assets in game. Like a couple of people who were hacking had them on their plots, and they were subsequently banned. But exist. And so I'm guessing those will be craftable soon. Maybe not, because I think those are going to maybe require mithril or diamonds or something. So maybe not. Those might have to wait. Yeah. Okay, now I feel like there should be an enormous chandelier right here. I feel like chandelier needs to happen. I always do that. I hit shift tab instead of tab. Move it so it makes sense. I think I still want. I don't think I've ever used the chandelier in its original. In its original scale. It's just so big. Come on. Am I too low to click it? Is that what's happening? Click. Oh, I'm probably turning it off and on, huh? Oh, grapple. Can I just not see it? Oh, it is lit and I just couldn't see it. Okay, fine. They did say that it was a bug. I did see that in the official bugs list or non-bugs list, where they said that the lights are now too dim. Like, I was talking about it on Thursday, where it seems to me that the radius of what the light actually hits, like you can see it. No, you're not gonna be able to see it because it's daytime. But the brightness itself is all right. It's like white bright. It's really bright. But it just doesn't penetrate very far. Like it only actually affects like this large of an area. So if you're trying to light a room, that's it's not gonna really work out for you. And they did call that an actual bug, so that means they are going to be brightening it up again. Hey, Coleman, so he got the extra work, but it's too much work for too little looks. Is it smooth up? Did it work? Because it does seem like it could be really cool. Like maybe not like in every part of the house, but maybe do it like once. You know, like have like, I don't know, if you have an arch into like a formal dining room or something really big, you know, like a really big space, and have a big old arch, and then go ahead and have it rimmed in obsidian. I think that'd be really cool, because then you're gonna have people like scratching their heads, like, how did they do that? How did they do that? So yeah, if you have a picture of that, link it. I'm sure. I'd love to see it at least, even if it's too much work to do it. I'd like to see it. one thing I noticed from just seeing a couple recordings is, oh my god, I have really bad posture. I'm gonna end up with a all hunchback, just like that. Oh, we deleted it. Okay. Yeah, don't worry about it. Don't put yourself through that. Apparently, okay, so the method is you need to cut out one bigger circle from your arch, just like you would with an arch. Then take each square and mirror it vertically. What? Mirror it vertically and horizontally. Oh my god, one up and one over. Dude, you weren't kidding. So it's basically, okay, so larger would not be better. You're going to do a teeny tiny little arch. You just be like, no, that's it. That's all I'm doing. Wow. So I kind of want to... I think this house, more than the others I've done previously, I think this house is going to need a little bit more like landscape, you know, terraforming to make it look right, which is going to be interesting. Ah, the bleeding, the bleeding, the bleeding. I can't look at that. In fact, I just want to do it because that's just too much. Oh, wow. Yeah, I mean, like, I guess if you did it once and then you templated it, I mean, I sure as heck would template it if you're going to go through all that work just to get the arch. I mean, it would look really cool, I'm guessing. But holy crap. That would be a lot of work. So this ceiling level seems to work. I don't think I need to raise it at least. Is that going to feel maybe. I feel a little claustrophobic. Actually, you know what? I'm going to raise it purely to have some different elevations on the roof. I think that's what I'm going to do. Just play like a voxel. Just because I think anytime you can try to avoid having like the big box, y'all know what I'm talking about. You know, just like anytime you can avoid a big box is kind of good. Just adds detail and makes it look good. My eyes today are super watery. It's been raining here in SD. Did I really just say that? Here in San Diego. And it's great for the air, but holy crap, it's going crazy with my allergies. Sorry. Yeah. By the way, that brings me to another point, Shikoka. She was just mentioning she doesn't have the game yet. If any of you don't have the game and are thinking about getting it, I'm working on getting an affiliate link so for you guys to purchase the game. Now, that doesn't give me any money, so don't like feel like, yeah, use my affiliate link. You know, I'm not trying to be greedy. What it does is it gives me points. They track, you know, how many people have bought the game with my link, and then I get points for each purchase. And since I'm a streamer, after a certain number of points, I can basically say like, hey, can you like send me some Prime Grappler codes, or can you send me like a key for alpha that I can then give away on the channel. So I've messaged Excella a couple of times. She hasn't gotten back to me yet. I figure she's a busy lady, so I've sent her a couple reminders, but no word yet. I would hope that within the next week or so I can do that. If you're just like you're like, I'm sorry, Era, but I gotta get the game now. At least use someone's link. Geek Domo, I know, has one, so go over to his channel and use his link. Because that way at least someone in the community benefits, you know. I think anytime we can, it's just good. Everyone wins, you know. SOE gets more accounts, and you know, you guys get the chance to win stuff. So I think everyone wins. So definitely use someone's link if you're gonna get the game. I feel like that should even be higher. I think that needs, whoa. Let's make that even higher. Why didn't I just copy and paste that? Because I'm a moron is the answer. How do I want to do this? Let's go ahead and raise the roof. Geez, that stucco's bright. Like when the sun hits it directly, holy smokes, it's bright. Let's just raise it by one more. So, and then Cold Knight's explaining another way to do. So if you're just joining us and you're like, what are you talking about? Arches aren't that hard. You're right. And if you check out the latest like official Landmark live stream, they gave a great tutorial on how to do several different types of arches. But that's not what we're talking about. What we're talking about is, I was working on this arch down here, and Chikoka asked, can I rim it in obsidian? And I was saying yes and no, because this part, you know, the straight part would be really easy to just change this texture to obsidian. Job done, that's super easy. But as soon as I get to the curve, it's going to be trickier, because with the paint tool, even if you were to switch it to a sphere, which you can do, it's still, I'm in stucco, so it's not going to do anything, but it still pixelates the paint tool, even if you're using a sphere. And so Cold Knight has been wrestling with some different methods to get, basically to get this in a clean border with obsidian. And so he did one earlier where he literally, like, he took mirrored versions of each little pixel, flipped them, and then put them up higher so that it created the curve, which is a mind-boggling amount of work. And so right now he's suggesting another way to do it would be to make a circle, cut out a slice, make a smaller circle, and cut out the center. Yeah, I mean, basically it's going to mean you have to do it with your template. You're not going to be able to do it once the arch is in place. And in any case, it's going to be a lot of work. So, 1 second, guys. All right, I'm back. Sorry. I heard my tea maker shut off, and so I knew, I was like, if I want my hot tea, I have to get it right now. Oh yeah. Anyway, so if any of you guys want to, I mean, I think that would look super cool to have it rimmed in obsidian. So I guess that could be sort of a challenge, right? I don't exactly have a prize for anybody, but fame and glory. Fame and glory will be your prize if you can find a nice way to get an arch rimmed in obsidian, because I know I would use that for sure, and I'm sure a lot of people would appreciate it. So if anyone's just like, oh, I totally know how to do that, cool, show us. So yeah. Why does this look funky? Oh, okay. So back to raising the roof. Is that just a really thick wall? I did just make that super thick. Okay. Why did I do that? I don't know. And it's so bright now because the sun is so bright and shiny that it's gonna be a little tricky. Can you share templates? That's something that they're going to be working on. So there's going to be something that they've talked about it for a long time. It's one of their kind of main features that they're looking at for Landmark, and that's called Player Studio. Now, Player Studio is going to, the basis of it is to allow people to use other people's templates. But one component of it is that you'll be able to actually sell them for real cash. And the idea being, if you have a template that is just mind-blowingly awesome, you know, that if people want to use it, that you can actually get something for it in terms of real world money. And I believe you set your own prices. And then also, like, if someone, let's say you make an arch, you have this template for an arch, you put it on this Player Studio, and I know this is confirmed, they've already said this is going to work like this. You have a template for an arch, and then someone else, you know, makes a template for an entire room using your arch, and then they want to sell their template for an entire room. You will actually, if they sell their room, you'll actually still get royalties from the fact that your arch is in it. I believe they're still working out the details in terms of how would they handle it, like if someone tried to resell your template. I don't know how they're gonna police that, but they did reference that they are gonna, you know, they'll have mechanisms in place to make sure that people aren't basically just stealing each other's work and then trying to profit from it. And I don't know how much, but it goes back to they're gonna have a free-to-play model. Yeah, it is awesome. They're gonna have a free-to-play model, and I'm sure every template sale, you know, I'm sure that SOE will have some small cut off the top, and I'm guessing that'll help support the free-to-play model. So, another situation where kind of everyone wins. And again, it's not play to win, right? Like, you don't have to use anyone's templates. You can just use your own. You can make your own stuff. But you can do that, right? And I know there was a reference to it in the roadmap, which, if anyone hasn't seen it, completely worth a read. It's long, but it's completely worth a read, because not only do they say what features they intend to work on and all this stuff, they talk about when it's coming and why they're doing it when they are doing it. Like they explain for water, like why they're doing it when they're choosing to do it. I think it's because the sun's so bright. It's really hard to get a good angle on this front piece. Okay. I kind of want to do this in not stucco. But then it's going to look a little funky to have it just capped. So, the solution to that would be to have a little bit of an overhang. Okay. Now, I've done some stuff that will affect the view from the front, so I'm going to go ahead and run out to my little platform. Ah! Or, fail to get on it. Yeah, I mean, making, with roofs in particular, it's really easy to just make them all single level. And, not easy, but I mean, it's the easiest route, right? But if you can add some multi-level to stuff, and I think this goes for any structure, I don't care what you're building, modern, castle, freaking brothel, I don't think it matters. Like, if you add some different layers to it, it's gonna just make it look more interesting. And obviously, how you do that is going to depend on your actual building. But incorporating different elevations, I think is always good. Now, I actually kind of want to almost make that even taller, because it's not that different. I think it's a 3 voxel difference right now. And I want to say it needs to be like 1 voxel, maybe 2 higher, maybe match this. because right now it's not different enough to really make it stand out here. So I think I'm going to go ahead and raise it again, even if I only raise it from the outside and I just have a thicker roof. But let's see. I don't think it would hurt to have it just like a voxel. I don't know. Maybe I'll do it from the outside and then I'll go back and carve it out from the inside. Seems like a good idea. Yeah, I did kind of like that it's different from the height of the fin. Let's see. So this guy is 6 above the middle part. This is 3. So I can at least add 1 more. I can at least make it 1 higher. And for now I'm just going to change the outside and then we'll see, we'll go back. And then if it looks right, we'll go back and update the inside. Unfortunately, we're starting to get to the point in the stream where hopefully the stream is still looking good from your side. But from my side, my frames are starting just a little bit, just to slow down just a touch. So it makes it a little harder for me to grapple and stuff like that. See, that I like better. It just looks a little bit nicer. And I also like that it's a too thick cap. So I think I'm actually going to leave it just like that. Now I want to address this intersection here. Needs a little bit of love. Because we've got some funny business going on right here. So this is gonna come out like this. And another reason for me to work on the interior before I do the roof, which seems really kind of like a weird way to go about it, but as I was saying earlier in the stream, what it lets me do is see stuff like, come on now. It lets me see stuff like, okay, I absolutely, to make this look right, I need a certain amount of headspace in this area. And it lets me finish out this wall, and then that way, when I'm working with the line tool, because the line tool needs anchors in order to function. You have to draw from one place to the other. And so, if I finish this wall first and get it looking right, that means I'm not going to be like drawing the lines in and then finishing out this part and then potentially screwing up my line work. Because the line tool, it kind of needs to be the last step, because if you work around it after you put it in, it has a tendency to then start messing up. Like if I were to then add stuff here, it starts deforming the clean line. The reason I've left this here is as a guideline. It doesn't interfere with anything. I've already chunked it. This was a continuous line. I went from here to here and it drew right through this, but I actually just cleared it out right here because I'm going to have the fin have a different roof line. So, and that way I have a guideline and have an idea of, okay, the roof at this point is going to be about this high, and then on this side it'll be about this high, which is fine. So, I wish this was just a touch brighter. I know they're working on it, but I'm just like, oh, I want it brighter. And I kind of want to do this in obsidian just to give it, I'm actually going to bring it down a touch. Whoop, not that far. That far. Just to give it that sort of trimmed look, and that way it comes down a bit here and it meets up on both sides. I think that'll look nice. And the obsidian, I haven't done it just yet, but I think so. The roof line will be about here. On the outside, I think I'll actually ditch the obsidian. Well, I'm gonna wait and see. I think, well, actually, I'm just gonna pencil that in, right? Because that makes sense. Just to because I think from the outside, the obsidian is going to be a little bit too much happening. Obsidian, especially because it's a shiny texture, on the outside, that seems kind of weird. Just because it would get worn, right? Like, I don't know. It seems to me that it would weather. Now I might do something similar, but just not with obsidian. Maybe like with a darker stone, like granite floor tile or something. Because the granite floor tile, I don't think in this scale, like this, where it's only a couple voxels, I don't think you'd actually see the pattern. So it would actually kind of like that. See? Not too bad. Now I'm not going to do that just yet, but it would work. Cold Night's got a link. Let's see if it breaks my computer. Yeah, that looks pretty nice. That does look pretty good. How'd you do that one, Cold Night? Again, it's the obsidian rimmed birch. Okay. So entry is this way, and this will be another battle all its own, doing the kind of exterior work landscaping. I'll probably wait till I've got the house completely roofed and walled and the whole bit completely enclosed before I work on the outside, just because I think it makes the most sense. Okay, so what Cold Night did to get the arch that he did is basically this one picture explains it all, so I'll actually just keep it for reference. And then I'll probably do, maybe I could even do maybe a tutorial in game with full credit to Cold Night, of course. Lots of cutting circles out of circles, and basically he got a 3D arch that he could then just paint and plunk down. So very cool work, Cold Night. I'll have to try that, maybe not right now, but I'll have to try that later because I could see that becoming very, very useful. Now this door really wants to be trimmed out, doesn't it? And after just spending all that time saying, oh, I don't like obsidian for the outside, I'm going to use obsidian on the outside. It's my house, I do what I want. Just to give it more definition, give it more detail. And this is going to be a pain in the ass to get this little thing, so I'm just going to do it the slower but easier way. I don't know what happened with the add tool. For a while it was working fantastically, where you could highlight darn near anything and just be like, and then just take your add tool directly over it and be like, bam, you know. Where you didn't have to do the original thing, which was select it, delete the stuff, and then add it in. Where it almost worked like a paint tool, even if every single, you know, even if you were selecting an area where every single voxel was filled, you know, where normally you would just maybe use the paint tool, but the add tool would work just as well. So it was kind of a one-stop shop kind of a thing, very quick. Well, now it seems to be very picky. Like if you, and it worked great for a couple days, but if you're trying to do that and whatever, of course it works now, but if you're trying to do it and whatever like above you, it seems to be a lot more like, no, you want it like that? No, I'm not going to do what you want. So it's just being apparently talking all sassy. Yeah, I mean, what I do with the add tool is I just select it, and then I use the delete key and then hit add, and that's fine. But I preferred it with this way where you just do a single selection and then add directly over, because that's only one step to undo. So you can do more work and be able to step backward with undo. If it reduces down to a single step, versus like if I can only make maybe 10 changes. If I go delete, that's one step, and add, second step, right? Now, and yeah, I mean, the paint tool would be what I'm looking for there. But I like being able to just use a single tool for more stuff, especially like if you're like, well, I do have some empty space, and that tool works great. And I feel like this is going to need a light, so I'm just going to do it right now. Go away. Yeah, you can't even see if it's lit up right now. I think that's lit. Middle of the day, doesn't matter. But later, it'll be nice. So, I'm gonna go ahead and put this in. No, I didn't say obsidian, I said stucco. There we go. And I kind of like how the angle actually stops here and then you get a little bit, just because it balances it out. Hey Gamer in Exile, I know, right? The only difference I made was getting an SSD and putting the game on it. How crazy is that? I assumed to get smoother performance, I'm like, oh, it's gonna be the processor. I'm gonna have to upgrade the processor. Which I'm still planning to do eventually, but at least I have a lot more time to kind of save up for it and budget for that. Grapple fail. But see how this kind of just, I think it gives it a nice bit of weight. And I think what I actually might do is right here, I may actually bring this wall out, not the entire wall, but just on this front bit. I may swing it around and actually make it just a bit thicker here, just to give further weight, further anchor this entire shape. Because I think what it's going to feel like is this is just going to be rocketing off in the middle of nowhere, and I think it'll feel better if this is anchored. I don't know if that makes sense. Makes sense to me. So again, this is one of those things. It's going to look a little rough for a couple days. Now, since I'm not casting tomorrow's Sunday, so I'm not going to do my regularly scheduled stream on Sundays. But by Monday, I'm thinking I've had lots and lots of time to hopefully get the roof in. That's the idea, right? I'll probably do that off stream because I know there's going to be a lot of, do something, undo, redo, all this stuff. It's actually not where I meant to grab it to. I don't know why I did that. But at least we have a doorway now. We have a door. There's a way to get in. Now I'm feeling like this needs to come up because I feel like a hobbit walking into this. Maybe by like 2. Yeah, much better. So I don't feel like I'm gonna bump my head. And once again, I'm firmly in the realm of termites. Whatever. See, okay, so this is where I would love to be able to, use the add tool, just be like, okay, click one click, bam. And for a while, that worked, even if you were underneath it. And then I did something else and it no longer worked. So I don't know if it was actually intended. Maybe it wasn't intended. Maybe that's why. But I did like it. I thought it was really convenient. Cool. I'm glad that I'm actually really happy that there's now a really nice height difference here and here, because when they were right next to each other, this felt out of place, because then it was just like, well, you've got two doorways that were at the same height, roughly the same width, and then this one had a completely different feel. Now I think that this is going to be different enough where that's going to be okay, especially because the roof line is actually going to be just about here. So this is going to have a very different feel. I think the contrast is big enough where this isn't going to feel weird to have these two next to each other. And if it does, I could always just, I think if I take out the obsidian, then it might alleviate the problem. But for now, I think that'll work. And eventually I am absolutely going to run into my claim boundary, so I have to sort of keep in mind that whatever bedroom I come up with, first off, I need to do it arcing this way, actually on this side of the house, versus this way, because that's my dining room down there. I can't just have a little hole going from the floor of the bedroom into the dining room. That would be most peculiar. So I don't really know at what point this cuts through. So I'm gonna make a big old hole and find out. Okay, so right here. So this line here, about here. So then I can have this here. Nice. Start becoming the bedroom. By the way, for anyone who's just discovering this channel, welcome, and hit the follow button. It'll let you know rather, when I'm streaming. I stream regularly, EQNL, Monday through Thursday and Saturday at 9 a.m. Pacific. And then EVE Online and Minecraft get sort of sprinkled in when there's an opportunity. This week I haven't done a lot of that just because I've been nailing out some kind of technical issues with the stream. I reformatted, got some new hardware, made a huge difference, that kind of thing. And so I've been working on that more than streaming extra stuff, but there's definitely going to be more of that. Do I really have not enough? I have enough stucco. What's up? There we go. So yeah, hit the follow button. It's free. It just lets you know when I'm streaming. Okay, so what I may actually do is, once in the bedroom area, which is going to be this, I'm still expanding it, but it's going to be in this area, I may actually even raise the roof more to give really nice high ceilings. And because it's going to be in the mountain, so it's actually not going to affect the elevation. It would be in this vicinity here. It may peak out right here, but I don't think it's going to be a problem. So or could even do an angled ceiling so that it fits under the mountain without actually. I actually like that idea. I think that could be cool. Might do that. Got a lot of angled roofs all over the place. Oh, I have found it. The edge of my claim. Can I do that? Yes. So I actually want these two to still be here. This still needs to be stucco. Not sure yet what kind of doorway I'm gonna do there yet, but this feels really wide. Like a little too wide. Like I kind of want to bring this over and shift all of it over. Not sure yet. Like usually roomier is better, but since it's just a hallway and I can't exactly just like put stuff in here to like, you know, to fill it up, having it wider actually seems kind of unnecessary. You know, like it's just gonna feel like an empty. I could put tables in the hallway, but what I think I'm gonna do is actually similar to I had kind of a similar space next to the stairs going down to the basement in the last house. Which for anyone who is new to the stream didn't see it, I do have a link to a video of that, like a claim tour video. It's on YouTube, but the link for it is in the bottom of this page that you're watching this on. Where I made sort of like a little nook to put a table into. So I like the idea of putting a table back here, but on the side, I don't know. Art, maybe. I feel like maybe even just like two voxels in. Let me play with that. Because I don't want it to feel claustrophobic, but I also don't want it to be unnecessarily wide, where it starts to look unfinished because there's space that's not being used for anything. And it's not like interesting space, like it's not like a window or something, like where it has a reason to be there. Now this may be too far, but so that feels about right to me. And then I can just make this, you know, because this archway is really fat. Like it's been eating a lot of cookies. Like, I don't know. I'm doing it. I'm bringing it in. Gosh, at this rate, I'm gonna need to go out and mine some more obsidian. I like that better. I like that better. Makes me want to try the obsidian archway thing. I don't know. Oh, It's asking for so much trouble. Yeah, because I like this, having this little bit back here that I can then put I can put a table back here. Come on. No? Are we not doing that? Okay, we're not doing that, I guess. It's just like, no, 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 no. Shoot. That actually might be a little too deep. Well, it's easy enough to make it more shallow. Cool. Oh dear, wait. Yeah, I know. It's your fault too. I'm gonna be up here like at 3 in the morning, like, gotta get this right. I gotta get this obsidian arch. Oh, that should go good. All her fault. All her fault. Actually, in your case, I'll just have to get on Steam and start being like, why did you do this to me? Why did you ever put this idea in my head? It's your fault. Yeah. See, this bugs me a little bit though. Not being able to see that. Maybe I actually can have this come out. Let's deal with that later. I almost want to have what if I had steps down into kind of I'm doing this it might be too much, it might be unnecessary. I had a step down into the big old dining room, and I kind of like that, just adding a little bit of a multi-level thing. And I kind of want to do the same for the bedroom, but that might just be too much, just kind of unnecessary. But I kind of like it though. Screw it. My house. I'm doing it. No. So, I guess... Nope. Nope. These stairs I will make true stairs. I'm kind of bad about that. I'll make the floating stairs, which don't function very well as stairs. You have to actually jump up them. Ooh, I didn't scoot that over. That's why that seems so strange. Come on. Oh, it's because it's dirt and it's hard to see. Oops, easy. I did do it right. Okay. Dirt's really hard to see edges with. But since it's it's the entry into a room, I feel like I need to do proper stairs. What is up with this? Is that too much? Did I do? I think I did. Yeah. Okay. So now I just need to make the rest of the floor match. So then I need to make sure that this wall comes down. Come on now. Okay, I had that selected. Come on now. Quit trolling me. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Can work with it. I almost want to do this in a contrasting wood. I wish there was like a birch. I'm guessing eventually there will be. I mean, I find it hard to believe if they only plan to implement like 3 wood textures ever. I'm guessing there's going to be, or 3 wood types. I guess there's several more textures. But something like, I want birch and I want like a walnut, you know, some sort of really deep, like nice dark wood. Especially if that, I can't even imagine if they had like a nice espresso type dark. They probably won't, just because that seems to me like it seems to me like that would be almost too purely modern. Like I mean, I guess you could use it with a more time appropriate type buildings, but seems to me like that would be kind of anachronistic. And I know they're fully like supportive, like they don't, like they like it, like they've already featured a couple, at least one, and I think 2 modern type buildings on their stream, so they clearly don't mind it. It's just like they've, you know, they kind of have to design more for like the high fantasy type stuff. Maybe with the new biomes like pine for the snowy biome, how awesome would that be? Now I kind of see the plain wood. Now it might be more of like an oaky texture. It kind of reminds me of pine. I mean, I guess pine should have knots in it and it doesn't, so maybe. But yeah, I would love to see just more wood textures. Just, you know, like let's see a birch, you know, like something really nice and light. Let's see, like I said, like a dark, nice, rich. Burled wood is richer. It's nice, like don't get me wrong, but it's still more of a mid-tone. Like in terms of light, dark, it's still in the mid-tones. I'd like to see a nice dark. Also, burled wood's really red. Like it's got a lot of red in it, which is nice. Don't get me wrong. Like it's really cool. I'd like to see a less red. Man. Selection tool today. Shoot. Here's a semi-modern thing that someone did. Oh, that totally looks like, reminds me of an episode of Doctor Who. Like one of the ships. That's pretty cool. Hey, CJ. Welcome. Oh my gosh, can I not? Crap. Did I delete all the way to the edge of my claim? Crap. If you don't have the game, you may not have encountered, or you just may not have encountered this, but if you basically work with the edge of your claim, it can get pretty rough. Because everything just seems to work strangely. Crap. This needs to be a little bigger, I think. I say a little and then delete like 5 squares. Whatever. Now, having that done like that actually kind of makes me think of, I kind of like the idea of using some sort of graphic element to highlight this wall, because I'll probably put the bed like right there in the middle. So I kind of like the idea of having this really highlighted. Not with dirt, but something. Maybe one of the stone textures. I need to pour some nice hot tea in this. So I'm gonna be right back. I'm just gonna get my tea piping hot again. 1 second. Alright, let's get back to it. Yeah, I'm liking... What can we do here? Because I don't know if I just want to paint it into the sides, and yet I don't know how much I want to limit the space, because it's already pretty small. Got a pretty little cozy bedroom. It's not exactly got tons of room, so... Obsidian shelves above the bed. That's an idea. That's an idea. Last time I did like a kind of a little soffit with soffit and then angled in so that the bed was really kind of tucked in. Which I liked, and I think it would look good here, but I don't really want to just do the same thing. So, what can I do? Maybe... I would say like a couple really chunky columns, but that would be so at odds with everything else in this house. I think that just would be too inconsistent. Maybe. Maybe not true columns, well, columns but square columns. Maybe... Let's just play with it. Let's do 3 by 3. And do I want it pushed up against the edge or not? Let's grab obsidian. No! Why did it do that? No. No. That would be wood, not obsidian. Actually, I think that might be a sign. Maybe obsidian is not the right call. I think let's do... So this is where, with the original textures, I totally would go for one of the marble textures. Maybe like... I don't know. I don't even know which one, but... one of the marble textures. Yeah, it's soft, it has some texture, but it's not screaming at you. I like that. Okay. But in terms of shape, still have to figure out exactly what we're doing here. Now, I kind of want the extra space here, because then it would feel more like columns. Let's try that then. Let's try one away. Because then, okay, let's put the stucco in. And then so that way you can kind of see. By bringing it out into the room, sometimes I actually feel like that makes the room feel bigger. Oop. Finger slip. Because it doesn't make it feel like everything had to be pushed to the sides just to make, to fit. think sometimes if you bring something into the room, it just helps. Now let's try it maybe on this side. I can do two away from the wall just to kind of try out how that looks. Nope, 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 nope. Selection tool's got a mind of its own today, I'm telling you. It's not me. It's not me doing that. No, 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 no. No, not in stucco. What are you doing? I think maybe my index finger's getting lazy or something because it's like hanging on to the button and confusing the heck out of the poor selection tool. What the heck is going on? That is not me. You know what that reminds me of in Minecraft? You know, all the Herobrine stuff? Which is totally real, by the way. I've totally experienced... It's like saying, oh, I believe in ghosts. I believe in Herobrine. Totally happens in Minecraft. I've had stuff happen where I'll open... Like, I'm the only one online, so it's not someone else. And, you know, where we have like there's like a piston door. You can't close it from the inside. I walk through it, I'm inside the room, cannot be closed from the inside. I'll do my stuff and I'll go back and it's closed. Herobrine. I'm a believer. I'm actually kind of liking it having it 2 out, but I'm not sure. We'll see. Serenity is acting up for me also. So it's not just me. That makes me feel better. Maybe it shouldn't make me feel better because if it's going... Okay, I definitely grabbed the stucco. Crap. Are you seeing this? You're like, of course I'm seeing this. I'm watching you. What are you doing? Okay. Grabbing. Control. Hello, Will Strong Spirit. Welcome. I feel like I should probably pull back and do we've had some new people join, and I should probably pull back and kind of show you what the heck I'm working on, because you're probably looking at this and be like, what are you doing? Okay, so let's do that. And hopefully I can not fail grapple this time. No! No! No. As much as I love having these platforms, are super useful because they let you really get perspective on what you're doing. But if like I'm starting to experience some framing, it's just because I've been streaming for a while, almost 2 hours now, and I give up. But the increase or the decrease in frames rather can make it pretty tough to. Yay! Okay, so here's what we're doing. It's a modern house. This is number 3, and if you've missed my other modern houses, I have a link to some very quick claim tours. They're in the bottom of this page of my channel page. Modern house number 1 and modern house number 2. So if you want to check those out, you can do that. But they're like 5 minutes long. So this is number 3. And the idea is I want a angled roof. That's my big concept, right? That, and I wanted to have a fin like this, which was actually architecturally incorporated. It wasn't just decorative. I've got my stairs hanging out in here. And yeah, that's some microvoxel detail in there. So fought the beast for that microvoxel detail. So I'm sorry, what is it? Organic curve extrusion? No, that was the other one. He called it like microvoxel welding for that one. Anyway. So going for the angle here, and I'm still debating about, like, I know I want it to also angle down towards the mountain, but the reason I'm working on the second floor first is because I want a more solid idea of, with the line tool, you have to have an anchor for both sides, both an origin and an end point to use it. And so I want to have a very concrete idea of exactly how high this needs to be before I start doing that, and give it somewhere to go. So yeah, I haven't got this angled here. The living room is what's going to be on this, in this area right here. And then step down into the big old dining room with obsidian ceiling. And then I've got this angled here, and I'll probably have a nice, maybe the art will actually go on this side. Definitely going to have some large scale art going on in here. And it worries me when I've said you cannot put that here, because what did I try to put that there? I didn't try to put anything there. What are you doing? This looks funky. It kind of looks like a s'more, doesn't it? Right? Graham cracker and like the chocolate and the marshmallow. Am I the only one? Maybe I'm hungry. I don't know. This is gonna be, I'm gonna use the same technique I used for the facade of my modern house number 2, which basically is going to be chunking up using the line tool, going ding, 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 in little sections so I get a curve here. Just to kind of, because I've got a ton of angles going on, and I think it'll be nice just to have a nice soft thing here for contrast, a nice soft element for contrast. Okay. Chest is hanging out there because I just haven't moved it. Stairs up to the second floor. Down there will be the kitchen. Haven't worked on that yet. And then right now, oh, and I did this little, oh, hello there. What are you? You're not meant to be there. Get out of my house. So this is the little entryway. Just fixing my floor here. Need to fix that too. All in good time. And this will be sort of the entryway. Lots and lots of work yet to do, but this is only day 2. Only day 2. Now you want chocolate? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Hope no one's on a diet. Yeah. And so now I'm just working on the bedroom in here. And right now I'm trying to find a good way to go from, I'm going to shut my phone up because I'm going to shut my phone up so it doesn't sing to everybody. Rolling over something. Yeah, because this is, I'm kind of forced into a small room design because my claim border is like right here. This voxel is the last voxel I have control over. So it has to be narrow, and I don't want to make it too long because then it's just going to feel like a tunnel. So I'm trying to, I mean, it doesn't have to be that big. It's just a bedroom. Not a ton of stuff has to go in here, but can I see you, Man Moose? No? Where would you be? You make me paranoid now. It's just like, I'm hanging out behind you. I'm behind you, Era. Ah! I have a ton of witnesses. I have 24 witnesses if anything happens to me. What? What? I did see your comment, I should use stone table for walls. Maybe. I did do that in the last place and I really liked it. I can only do that on certain walls because I've done this in Minecraft too. I call it houseagami. It's like origami but for houses, which is folding the house in on itself, basically using all of the, yeah, I totally see you. Houseagami just is my term for when I'm folding the house in on itself, where I don't have a lot of space in between like my entryway is right here, and then my bedroom curves around that, and then here's the kitchen. You know, it's very, not a lot of space in between stuff. And so, which is great in terms of having a lot of rooms in a limited area, like my claim. But it can be difficult if you're wanting to use stuff like props, like Madman Moose was saying. Like before, I had the stone table turned on its side and shoved into the wall so that the legs would have been sticking out the other side, but you didn't see it. It didn't matter. And so you just got the front face of the table as sort of a graphic element. My claim is on Serenity Ledge. So if you're wanting to visit, there's the Crystal, and I'm just a couple minutes walk northwest. You'll have to go around some mountains. I'm kind of sandwiched right in between two ridges right here, which frame my view very nicely. I love my claim. So, not on a diet, but I'd have to go outside for chocolate. Yeah. You could get something delivered. And you're like, no, stop it. Stop giving me ideas. Dang it. This made me hungry. I've had tea, and that's about it. So must keep going. I don't like the way these blend with the floor. Kind of makes me want to try burled wood. I haven't really done a lot with burled wood since my first house, which I used it quite a bit on the exterior. I put a lot of decorative like ridges and ledges using burled wood, which I really liked. Let's try this on for size. Let's try some burled wood, and let's do probably want. Actually, I say that I don't actually know which way these will go. It's kind of. Let's try vertical. Okay, so that's going the same. I probably want it different. See, that looks nicer. See, now you can actually, first of all, the warmth of it, there's a red tone to the wood, which I'm really liking because the floor is very warm, but the walls are pretty cold. They're like a blue, they're definitely to the cooler side of white, the stucco is. And the same thing with the stone, definitely on the cooler side. And so having the warmth come from the floor, I like it. I think I'm gonna actually turn the grain around though, just because actually I could just do the stairs out of something else. Maybe iron? Oh. Yeah, iron's a wood. That makes sense. Gonna have to play with that. That's a lot of burled wood. Yeah, you betcha. I spent a lot of, you know what that is? Here's what that is. That was from when I couldn't do much of anything on, like I couldn't build. First of all, I was bugged, and so I really actually could not build. And then second, even when I wasn't bugged, it just, my computer handled it better when I was trying to stream if I was chopping wood. And so guess what I did for like hours? I chopped wood because that's all I could stream, and I just talk, and that was fine. At least, I don't know. But, so I have a lot of burled wood. So now I'm feeling like this has to be defined somehow. This has to be, and I don't know, but this needs things. This needs something. It needs texture. Because right now it's just too white everywhere. I must be a persistent wood chopper. You bet your ass. And I want to point out, that's all with a green axe, guys. I'm not saying I'm a badass, I'm just saying. Green axe. Which is mainly due to really bad luck. Now, I won't have that problem anymore because Vengeance dropped by earlier and actually gave me a blue axe. Bless his heart. Because I've been talking on the stream about how RNG is just really not... Guys, that's like a flat selection. There's 0 voxels selected right there. Serenity is having issues. Wow. Man. Makes me want to actually, I don't want to do it while I'm streaming just because how boring is that, but I kind of want to go on and be like on the forums and see like, are they doing stuff? Are you guys doing stuff? Cause what is going on? Now I kind of think I'm gonna actually, I don't normally do 3 wide columns, but in this case I think I will, because otherwise this iron is, I need to have this step be iron because otherwise it's gonna be wood, iron. Gross. So, but I don't want that texture just hanging out right there, so I need to have like a column help blend it. So I'm thinking make a detailed arch. Yeah, maybe. I do like the idea of an archway for this. Golly. It's like building in slow-mo. And that's the thing with alpha. Especially if they're, I don't know, it's Saturday. They're not going to be doing like maintenance. Shenanigans. Here, Brian. We're going to have to come up with, guys, that I think we might have to do that. What's going to be the EQNL version of Herobrine? I think that's going to be something we're going to have to figure out. Yeah, I think that's different. I don't think I'd be able to get away with iron here just because then color-wise it'd be too similar to the obsidian where it'd be like they're trying to match but they're not matched. Yeah, archways into the bedroom, a bit cheesy 90s. Yeah. Dude, it's alpha. It is alpha. I'm struggling with this. I don't know. We'll see. That's one of those things where just keep working with it and tweak this, tweak that, and just keep tweaking. Keep on tweaking on. And eventually we'll end up with something good, I think. It's just gonna... Good things come with time. No! No, selection tool. That is not what I told you. No! Stop it. Stop it. There, now they match. I don't know if I like this now. Now that I have these here, which are fully and completely necessary. One, to blend the steps here. But also just because otherwise it's... Okay, so since this is a corner here, otherwise this is white and then there's a depth thing with white on white. It needs to be defined here. Gotta have that color there. And it's just a lot to have this kind of all here. This is a lot. So maybe these need to get bumped back. After spending all that time getting them just like that. Not like it was hard though, right? Let's try it like this. Let's try it like this. Where it's protruding out by 2, and on this side I think I gotta be careful. Might be able to see that outside. Yeah, that plays nicer, doesn't it? It just makes the bedroom feel bigger. Maybe just the 2 when you enter the room. Yeah, I mean or I might play with maybe a different texture here. I do really like having, because the warm wood floor plus I'm from Sweden, we got IKEA. IKEA's pro though. Like, people give IKEA crap. And what is the deal? I'm always seeing stuff like, oh, it's almost as bad as trying to assemble IKEA furniture. Like, how is... I never had any problems, guys. Just read the directions. Okay, you could do 1x1 voxel lists along the wall and ceiling. You know what I could do is actually have a... Woohoo! This makes me excited. Let's do this. So one thing I was worried about is actually, because I'm really close to where the mountain's probably barely covering this room right now. But I could do a recessed ceiling in a couple voxels. What the hell do I mean by that? I mean this. Yes. Now I might have to play a little bit to get this to work and not show from the outside. But what the heck do I mean by that? I mean this. I mean, let's take a chunk. I think I have a 3x3 or 3 border on each side. I believe that is, whoop, about like that. And now, and you got too big. Is that right? That's the same. Cool. Cool, and I'm not seeing daylight, so that's good. So now I can, one, make this material, the ceiling material, I can make it something different. I can make it something different, which will add just more interest to the bedroom. Make it, take it away, take it out of, because it's at the, you know, if you look at the bones of it, it's a big box, right? So the more that we, and some of that is just limited by the fact that I can't make this room any bigger. I can't, like, for example, notch out a little area and make it a reading area, which would be cool, right? That would be cool. Like maybe, you know, especially when they implement bookshelves, maybe have like a bookshelf here and like a chair here. That could be really cool, right? But I can't do that because this is the edge of my claim. Okay, so we need to find other ways to make this room cool. Let's do this, right? So now I think I'm gonna, actually no, I think I like that. And I was gonna see if I could maybe use the line tool to smooth it out, but you know what? I think the angularity of it is actually gonna work in my favor. I think it's gonna keep it more cohesive. And I think I'm gonna do this in obsidian. Because I think if you're gonna, I like the idea of going for a dark ceiling. But that can be kind of a lot, right? It can make it feel kind of small. But obsidian is shiny. So in a funny way, it actually kind of adds light, right? So, yeah. Am I gonna participate in Player Studio? Maybe. I mean, I don't know. It's hard to have an idea of how much demand there's gonna, like how active Player Studio is gonna be. 1 second, guys. Sorry about that. It's hard to see, or how hard to tell how much how active Player Studio is going to be. Either way, I'd probably want to participate in some small way, just to kind of. I think anytime you can kind of participate in a feature, I think that's just good. And I kind of like having this rim of darkness. Triton stone maybe. I think you kind of have to go into it with the perspective of putting stuff out there more, be like, I'm going to put this out there and see if anyone wants to use it just because I can and it's fun and it's sharing, rather than with the idea, like if you're going into it with the idea of I'm going to make boatloads of money, I don't know about that. But because I'm guessing, I mean, you have to remember, like, what are people really willing to pay? I mean, you're saving them the time of trying to figure something out by themselves, and maybe they don't know how to do it. But you know, how much you can't expect to make boatloads of money off of that kind of thing, unless you are just the most creative, you know, innovative builder out there. But I'll probably participate just in the sense of like, hey, I figured out how to do the obsidian rimmed arch or whatever. you know, and just wanting to be like, hey, you know, if you want to use it, you know, benefit from the fact that I figured this out, like, you know. Okay, and that did it. I thought it was doing it. I was trying to do it in stone, and it did it in obsidian, and I actually want to see this in stone. Yeah, I meant to do it in the same color as the columns. It just, and I grabbed it. It just didn't like save the grab. If not, then I'll probably do this in white. I'm just playing with it. Another option from doing this layer in white would be to actually do a rim, like do that in white and then do a rim in stone or obsidian. So lots of stuff to try. We just got to kind of figure out what will look best. To make money, you probably have to go full-time constructing, and that would take the fun out of it. Yeah, that's kind of how I feel about it, you know, like, I think people would be best served by kind of feeling like, you know what, I'm going to share this stuff with people. I think of it as a sharing tool, and if you happen to make a couple bucks off it, awesome, cool. But it should sort of be the afterthought, right? You know, I think if you're looking at it that way and expecting to make money from it, I think you're gonna be disappointed. Maybe. I don't know. I think I might actually. I wonder how that would look in wood. Would that look totally stupid? Whoa, there's selection tool. Getting a little excited. Would it look stupid in wood? Dude, I did not grab freaking stucco. Yeah, Serenity. I don't know if it's Serenity. I don't know if it's Serenity or what, but because I've become well versed in what lag feels like in this game. The benefit of trying to stream with a computer that wasn't really ready for it is I've gotten pretty used to what lag feels like in this game, and this isn't. It doesn't behave like this. This is something else. Pretty dark. I like the warmth of it, but it's pretty dark. Let's try it on the other side, see if it works. I saw your stream on the official Landmark site. I'm gonna go look at more streams. Thanks for fun. Bye! Thanks for watching. And by the way, if you are just kind of discovering my stream, hit the follow button. I stream every Monday through Thursday and Saturday morning at 9 a.m. Pacific. And so far, I've been mainly focusing on modern builds, but I plan to do some other stuff too. I also stream other games. I stream EVE Online and Minecraft. So, a little bit of everything. A little something for everybody. I still get giggles over the fact that my face is on the launcher. Like, I'm just like, that's my face. It's not exactly, I wouldn't call it the most flattering picture. But I'm on the launcher, like, that's sweet. I think when people buy a template, it's a prop so you can destroy blocks to receive the block. To stop people from saying like 5,000. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, it would be good to, if it becomes like if it's manipulated as a prop, I think that would cut down on the stuff of like, say if I made a template, put it out, and then someone bought the template and try to sell it themselves without making any changes. I don't know how they're going to control that. If they're, I don't know. MCS 1040 is saying that Ledge is worse than Scarp. Was trying to come and check out my claim, but just running around with a pick over my head. Yeah, I don't know. Oh, I see somebody. Saw somebody. Ghost? Claim is haunted. Yeah, I think I just totally realized I can just paint this. What am I doing? What am I doing, guys? Yeah, I can just paint this. Oh, do it one big. No! Stop it. Stop. Oh my god. It's like freaking... I think my claim is haunted. Hey, did you try white microvoxels on the black ceiling to stimulate stars in the night sky? That's a pretty awesome idea. I don't know how quite to say your name. Dario? Dario? That's pretty cool. You know what I've seen, not in game, but in the real lives, I've seen people use fiber optic lights in like a kid's room or something like that. Like they'll paint the ceiling black, or like paint some clouds in there, and then like use fiber optic lights to be like stars. How cool! Like if you were a kid, wouldn't you love to have a room like that? I know I would. Okay, let's try this. Yeah? Maybe? No? There we go. You want... Oh! Hey, Zealous! Are you watching the stream? The lags. Wave! All caps. So yeah, Zealous, are you on the stream? Howdy. I meant to stop selling, selling stuff from a cheap... Yeah, I'm pretty sure it'll be almost... You'd have to... I'm almost positive, like, it's not going to be that you're buying what it's made of. Like, it's work like what the templates do now. Like, you have to have... Like, if you have a template of stuff made out of burled wood that takes 700 burled wood, you have to collect 700 burled wood, in order to use the template. Otherwise, it says like you don't have sufficient materials for that. Same thing with props. Like if you I've run into that with chairs, where if you make a prop, or if you make like a chair that has a couple of cushions on it and you template it, the template will include the props, but you have to have them in your inventory in order to use it. It'll say something. It gives you an error like you don't have the correct props. You don't have sufficient props to use that template. Hey, MCS 1040 or Zealous. Man, this is getting pretty dicey, guys. Kind of funny though. I kind of want... Let's see what it looks like if I continue the... lag. If I continue the stone up here. Let's see what that looks like. Come on. Come on. No. No, I don't want anything to stuck up. I want... It's pretty bad, guys. I'm planning to go to till 12 Pacific, but if this keeps progressing, I don't know if I can. We'll see. I'll stream as long as I can. I thought that'd be cool. It's not cool. It's bad. It's ugly. Undo that. No. Yeah, that's cleaner. Better. Okay. So, I'm gonna go ahead and put in... I've already got a bed. And I'd rather just use it because it'll work if I can find it. Modern platform bed. Yes, please. And I believe I templated it without the pillows. Okay. And so currently it's made... I did it back when marble was like a light gray. So, it's currently marble. I need to change it, probably to stucco. No. And And they already said if you build like an awesome gate and then sell it and then someone reuses it, that you'll get a cut. Yeah, I was talking about that earlier. Basically, like if someone else uses your template in a template that they go ahead and sell, you'll get a bit of their profit every time they sell it. Again, that's probably going to be a pretty minimal kind of profit. I definitely wouldn't like go into it thinking like, okay guys, this is my new, like, this is my job, or I'm going to be a pro EverQuest Next Landmark builder. You know, unless you've just got the, like, you're just the most innovative person in the world. I think that would be a mistake to go into it with that expectation. But, okay, so we've got 5 voxels this side. And I don't think 5. We've got 4. Crap. Which means the room needs to get narrower. I liked the pinky look of the old marble. Me too. There's a big old thread. Maybe someone can link it. I would just grab it right now, but I don't want to search for it. It'll take a second. There's a big old thread on the general alpha gameplay section of the forums, where someone said, like, well, now my house, like, they'd done their house. It was really more of a castle, I think. They'd done their house so that they were using multiple marble textures. And it looked fantastic. Like, they had a screenshot of how it looked before, where they used different types of marble to give the detail. And now that all the marble textures are pretty much the same color, just with a different pattern of, like, bricks or whatever, all the textures blend together. And so, like, they had a big, bright white kind of thing. Yeah, that's a good idea. I might actually just expand the bed. One thing about that is that the feet, because I smoothed the feet down so that they kind of taper, which works fine if you're pasting the template, works great. But if you then, like, if I were then to say put a rug under here, which I plan to do actually, I'll put a rug down here. When I do that, it's going to cause the smooth tool, the smoothed feet, to expand, and they'll kind of trump it out in a funny way. Anyway, so that thread, I think the more people post in it, the more likely it is to catch their attention. Because I think just the general, from what I've seen from everybody, pretty much everyone's saying the same thing, like, please just give us back the old, keep the new ones that you put in, but can we have the old ones too? Because the art's already done. They already had it in the game. Like, it should be ready to go. So just to put in the old options as well. That way, because marble in real life comes in all sorts of different colors and textures. I mean, there's literally almost every color of the rainbow of marble. And so it's not like that's, gonna break the, like, I don't know. It's not gonna break anything, so. Like, I find it hard to believe that there was some, technical reason that they couldn't do it. Unless it's some sort of, like, there's like a maximum number of assets or something, like storage-wise or something? I don't know. Maybe, but, I think they can do it. So if you guys would post, I already posted, because I think the more people who say the same thing, the more likely it is that we'll get what we want. But be nice, guys. Just be civil. Be civil. No raging. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and repaint this because it's in striped wood. I don't think striped wood's, I've got a lot of wood going on. I've got plain wood here, burled wood here, and then to have striped wood over here would be crazy. Crazy. So crazy. So, to contain the crazy, I'm going to, I think I'll make this out of iron. Dull metal iron. The frame out of iron, and then I've already painted this stucco. Good call, Eric Game Talks. Eric King Talks for expanding the bed. Good call. Come on, paint that. Paint it. And last time I decided to forego the cushions. I think this time I'm going to go ahead and have them. I think it'd look nice in here. Maybe a pop color. Nice red cushions. I do hope eventually we get the ability to recolor the cushions so that everyone doesn't have to have red cushions. But for now, red will be just fine. I am glad that it's like a nice, nice bunker. Whatever, man. I have to build in the... Okay, so here's the deal. I'll if I can not fail grapple. Which I guess the answer is no. Here's the deal. I'm building on the side of a mountain. And so if I want decent square footage, I have to do two things. I have to basically do multi-level, which I'm doing. I'm going to have 3 levels. The main level, second story, which also has the door on it, and I've got a basement down below that'll have like the work tools. So regardless, I still have a limited amount of space that is, unless I build really far out away from the mountainside and kind of like put it on stilts. You know, as long as I want it to be really anchored by the mountain, I've got to hug the mountain, and I've got to build up and build in. And so what I've done is I figure a bedroom, while natural lighting in a bedroom is fantastic and all, I think it's also plausible, like, okay, like, you know, a bedroom would be fine if you don't have as much light, because that way you can sleep in and not have the sun bother you. So I figure that's plausible. And I figure there's going to be plenty of windows happening in this living room and kitchen area. So that's my plan. That's my idea. And we'll see. Now, it's possible I might actually, I don't know how this would work practically, how the house-agami of it would work, but I could build up here as well. Now, I kind of hesitate to even say that because, like I said, the house-agami of it, the practicality of getting steps up there, that's going to be pretty gnarly. So for now, I'm going to work on the bunker. Okay, so I want to actually paint in like a line for kind of like where the pillows would be. I think I'll do it out of maybe out of the plaster texture. It just gives like a little definition, kind of like, you know how like hotels do their beds, you know, where they fold over the, you know what I'm talking about if you go to a hotel. You know what I'm talking about. So it kind of does that, and then that's like the definition of where the sheets, whatever, you know. So let's put in some pillows. This is going to be hard with the lag that's happening. Nice. Yeah, it'll be really cool if they add the ability to basically paint over these pillows. And I'm glad that at least they're a solid color. Like, I'm glad they don't have like some sort of like paisley or I don't know, like freaking fleur-de-lis, you know, kind of. Well, fleur-de-lis would be cool, but you know, some sort of kind of antiquated pattern on it. I'm glad that they're just, at least they're just solid. So they can kind of work for everybody. You know, it'll work for the people who've got, you know, maybe like a tavern or something, but it'll also work for, works for me too. And the reason I'm going in and placing it and then rotating it is because then I get, because these arrows rotate smoothly, it's not in increments. And so I can get exactly the amount of rotation that I want, which I prefer. Like for getting them, yeah, I just prefer it. It helps me get exactly the right angle. I think I actually will flip it over, just so they don't look identical, even though they are identical. So the little, pillow bump is in a slightly different spot. How's this looking from the side? Slightly peculiar is the answer. This needs to be scooted back. I think this can come in a bit. And that means they intersect, I don't really mind. That's okay. So now let's do the other pillow. Go away, inventory. Probably should have rotated that with the other arrow of it. So just a little update. I'm probably going to stream another 10 minutes until noon. And then I'm going to take a break for a bit. Yeah, and hopefully get rid of, hopefully some of this lag will sort itself out. Pillow fight? Heck yeah. Yeah. Although I actually kind of want to move this little stripe that I've got. It actually needs to be up one, I feel like. Stucco. Ah! So that was faster. No, not the eye tool. We need the paint tool because those edges are smooth. Oh, goodness, it didn't. Come on now. Come on now. There we go. There we go. Oh, did I not? There we go. I need to grab this one. Good. I wish there were some wool or cloth blocks that you can have in different colors, like Minecraft has. Yeah, I mean, I think they've talked about dyeing stuff. I'm sure that's coming. I mean, we're still in alpha, and they have a ways to go in alpha. I figure like that sort of like quality of life stuff, just sort of like new textures and colors and things, and I'm sure that's coming. Tea's getting cold. Because you can't warm up tea. Like, you can pour warm tea into cold tea and kind of make it warm, but the second you stick that thing in a microwave, yuck. And it's pretty darn dark in here, so let's get some light. I want to know why in heck they've got like the default position for hanging lights to go like up into the ceiling. Whose idea was that? There we go. Okay, now let's get it centered. This person has a heck of a lot of chandeliers in their house, I guess, but I don't know. They're dramatic kind of people, right? Okay. It's a little bit of light. I mean, more would be better, but I almost kind of want to maybe put like a light here and a light here, maybe. And actually, I think this would be a good candidate for a similar type of wall decoration that I did in the very first house, where I had sort of like a, almost like a modern triptych, like a here, here, and here, you know, just patterned out. I think I'm gonna do that. The danger here, though, is I have to worry about if I add too many dark textures over here, I can run the risk of bringing that, you know, the dark stuff is going to come forward at you a little bit more, and I run the risk of making the room feel smaller. But I can play with it a little bit and see if we can maybe, I want it to go, actually, maybe like, how low do I want them to go? Probably all the way to the floor, or not all the way to the floor? Let's try not all the way to the floor. Maybe in like, so this is where I would totally bust out the old marble. But with that unavailable, work slate is going to be this. Use agate. I want to keep it neutral though. Like, I wonder if these will bleed. I think they will. In any case, I have to have it rimmed. Ooh, I know what I can do. Iron. Maybe. Let's try shiny metal. See what it looks like. Oi! Dark. Dark is what it looks like. But that's only the rim. Whoa. Yeah, I don't know if this is just Serenity or what, but holy moly. Holy moly. What about maybe... This could actually be a place for the new marble. Let's see how it looks. Actually, marble's gonna look really cold, but maybe alabaster. Because alabaster, I wanna, see ya, Eric. I may have to wait until daytime to really be able to evaluate this, because I know it's nighttime out right now, and you wouldn't think it makes that much of a difference, but it really, really does. So I may have to wait till daytime to evaluate how that looks with everything else. I'm gonna go ahead and, whoa. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to wrap this up pretty soon, just because the lag is killing me. Voxel between the column and it. Shoot. Too high. Yeah, sure. I do really like agate. It's very, I used it quite a bit in the last, well, I used it a good bit in the last house. But it's really gold, and it's really warm, and it's really shiny. And I don't know if I want it right here. But you know what? Actually, here's what I can do. I can do, Now, I know that agate looks very, very, very different. It goes really green at nighttime, which it is nighttime. But I think that's a little bit too rich for what I'm trying to go for right here. For now, I'm going to go ahead and keep the alabaster. I love agate though in general. It is really nice in general. May end up, I don't know, because these are scaled differently and it's kind of okay, but it's kind of, I don't know, we'll see. The right one is 3 voxels from the pillar and the left one is 2. Is it? Okay, so from the, so we've got 3 voxels from the edge of the wall. But it's also 3 voxels. Yep, they're the same. So from each side, it's actually the same. It's just my perspective, but the middle one is narrower. And I know my perfectionist nature is coming into play here too. I am, if anything, I kind of want this one to be wider and then these two to be narrower. I don't know. But it is reaching that time, guys. That sorrowful time when I must say goodbye. So, which works for me because the lag is getting pretty intense. So, thanks for joining me on the stream today. And if you are enjoying it, hit the follow button. I would really appreciate it. It lets me know when I'm doing right, or when I'm doing right. And that way you'll also get notified when I go live. I got my hands on a beta key for Elder Scrolls Online. Haven't gotten into the game yet, but if it's possible, they're allowing people to stream. So if my computer can handle it, I'll probably stream a little bit of that later, just sort of as a bonus stream. And tonight, I know for a fact that I will be doing some EVE Online as well. So unless something comes up and my FC can't make it. So. Thanks very much for joining me, and also I've joined Twitter, or I've linked up Twitter to this account, so if you follow me on Twitter, which there's a link on the channel page, that'll also let you know when I'm about to go live, so if that's more convenient for you. And then I uploaded the most recent house tours on YouTube if you haven't checked those out yet. Whew, that was a lot of news. Okay, thanks for joining me, guys. I will see you Monday for more EQNL, and then later today for EVE Online and possibly SOE, or ESO. There you go. Bye, guys.